course with the blood of the first men, our history is deeply rooted in this land, which your house has made its home. If chosen as your match princess, your day shall be easy and night safe under my protection.
Protection? The princess has a dragon, you dumb cunt.
Reckon.
I'm gonna like that one.
In line with her father's wishes, Rhaenyra decides to get married and begins a search to find the perfect suitor. Touring around Westeros, she entertains prospective admirers from all over the realm, but none tickles her fancy. After months of screening men of all ages and standings, Rhaenyra calls off the tour and heads back to King's Landing. Coincidentally, she arrives right as Daemon returns from the Stepstones. An audience forms as the prince enters Viserys' palace after years of being at war. Upon entry, Daemon announces they've finally recovered the Stepstones and defeated all the raiding invaders. Hearing this, Viserys embraces his returned brother, while the audience erupts in applause. Later that day, some pressing news reaches King's Landing, prompting the council to hold an emergency meeting. The reports reveal that Corlys plans to form an alliance with the city-state of Braavos, one of the independent free cities east of Westeros. To achieve this, Corlys is currently undergoing talks to wed his daughter Laena to the son of Braavos' leader, the Sea Lord. If the alliance goes through, the union could be a formidable threat to Westeros, as both families command many ships that could easily overpower the realm's navy. In light of this development, Otto suggests Westeros would have to enter a marriage pact with the Valyrians to prevent a potential uprising and secure their naval strength. After the council meeting, Rhaenyra returns to her chambers and settles in for the night. Shortly after, she finds a mysterious bag in her room and checks it out. Inside, the princess sees a bunch of disguise clothes and a map of the palace with a trail leading to a marked location. Curious, Rhaenyra wears the disguise and sneaks out of her room to follow the trail. On getting to the designated spot, she finds her uncle, Daemon, waiting for her. Under the cover of darkness, the prince leads Rhaenyra out of the palace and into the city for a fun night out. Disguised as commoners, they walk through the city freely, without rousing suspicion. Being on the streets for the first time, Rhaenyra is fascinated by her surroundings and closely watches the bustling people around them. Minutes later, the duo stumbles on a street play with actors cosplaying as the royal family. The performance is centered around the Iron Throne and addresses who deserves to be the next ruler. When Rhaenyra's character is brought up, the audience boos and refutes a girl being the Seven Kingdoms leader. However, when Aegon is suggested, the crowd cheers in agreement. Seeing the people's reactions, Rhaenyra is reminded of the biases she must overcome to be queen. Despite the troubling play, the princess doesn't let it affect her spirit and enjoys her night out as she races through the streets. Moving on, Daemon eventually leads the princess into a brothel. Inside, the couple is overwhelmed by passion and start kissing each other. Midway into their steamy makeout session, Daemon backs down and contemplates his action. Rhaenyra moves to kiss him again, but the prince runs off, leaving her alone in the brothel. With Daemon gone, Rhaenyra exits the building and returns to the palace. On her way out, a young boy spots the princess leaving the pleasure house and heads out to report his findings. Back at the palace, Rhaenyra finds Sir Criston keeping watch outside her chambers and lures him into the room. Feeling aroused, Rhaenyra kisses him and helps the knight take off his armor. Once they're both settled, the couple lays on the bed and make love to each other. At the other end of the castle, Otto meets with the boy from outside the brothel, who tells him that Rhaenyra and Daemon were seen messing around together. The following day, Otto visits Viserys and informs him that Rhaenyra and Daemon were spotted making love in a brothel. Baffled by the accusations, Viserys believes the report to be mere rumors and instantly dismisses them. When Otto insists his findings are accurate, the king gets triggered and accuses him of spreading lies to tarnish Rhaenyra's image and discredit her as heir. Viserys claims Otto is power-hungry and harbors an ulterior motive to make Aegon, his grandson, heir to the throne. After exposing Otto's hidden agenda, Viserys dismisses him as he ponders his next move. Meanwhile, an eavesdropping Alicent hears the entire exchange and takes the news to Rhaenyra. Seeking to confirm the rumors, Alicent asks the princess if she made love with her uncle. Rhaenyra immediately denies the claims and swears on her mother's grave that she never did any of that with Daemon. The princess confesses that she went to a brothel, but leaves out the part about the kiss with Daemon, or the sex with Sir Criston. After their conversation, Alicent believes Rhaenyra is still a virgin and disregards the rumors. Meanwhile, Daemon finally returns to the palace and is confronted by Viserys. The king questions if the rumors are true, but unlike Rhaenyra, Daemon doesn't deny the claims. Instead, he insinuates they had sex and asks Viserys for his daughter's hand in marriage. The king instantly refuses his request for multiple reasons, the most prominent of which is that Daemon already has a wife. However, this doesn't stop the prince as he suggests Rhaenyra could be his second wife. Naturally, Viserys is disgusted by the idea and accuses Daemon of using the marriage proposal to reinstate his position as heir to the throne. Furious, Viserys kicks the prince and holds a dagger to his neck, after which he orders him to return home to his wife. Moments later, Viserys leaves and summons Rhaenyra to his chambers. The king brushes past the issue with Daemon and offers a solution to the rumors. To bury the issue, Viserys suggests that Rhaenyra get married immediately. Due to the realm's pressing issue with the Valyrians, the king orders the princess to wed Sir Laenor, Corlys' son. Rhaenyra goes along with the plan, but only agrees on the condition Otto must be removed from his position as Hand of the King. Explaining her decision, she details Otto wants Aegon to be king, and would actively try to sabotage her at every turn. Seeing reason with her claims, Viserys agrees to dismiss Otto. When Rhaenyra leaves, the king summons Otto to his chambers. Reminiscing on the weeks after his late wife's death, Viserys realizes Otto was purposefully sending Alicent to his room to seduce him. This also explains why he advised the king against marrying Laena, even though an alliance with the Valyrians was the best decision for the realm. Recounting this, Viserys finally is convinced that Otto has had a secret agenda to get his grandson on the Iron Throne this entire time. As a result, the king dismisses Otto as his hand and discharges him from the small council. Hours later, a distrustful Viserys suspects his daughter may no longer be a virgin and orders Grand Maester Melys to concoct a contraceptive tea as a safety measure. Later that night, the healer hands Rhaenyra the tea, ensuring she will not bear any bastard child out of wedlock.
You